Let's see.
So we have a few people on now.
Okay.
Thank you guys. We really appreciate you guys coming back onto our live. We had a little bit of technical difficulty earlier, and so we're just grateful that you guys either came back on or you're on the first time. So we
Right.
really appreciate that.
I don't. I send it out to um, so many. Oops,
Yeah,
people, and
I was hoping that.
I'm not able to like change the links. I don't know how to change the link for that.
This is gonna fall.
And so it's kind of like hard to do all this at the same time. But
Sorry about that.
okay, are we all here?
All right.
If you haven't done so yet, please download your free worksheet for planning, DIY planning, and budgeting, because we created it for you guys so that you could have something to work with when you are trying to do a DIY project. Because for beginners, you know, it's hard. It can be hard and overwhelming to plan a DIY project. And so, like today, we were going to go over it. We'll go as quickly as possible since it's like 4:26 now, and we'll do it again too, so that if anyone missed it who really wanted to do that, can still see it. But if you guys want,
there's Flo.
Hi Flo, if you guys want
You're welcome.
the worksheet, you guys can go to DIY Power Couple and go to free worksheet, and we'll send it right over to you. So Flo said she has received it. Great, that's great, and it looks something like this. If you look, it kind of looks like this. And of course, for our DIY CP family that comes on, you can download it free. It's an Excel spreadsheet and a PDF in case you want to just fill it in yourself or you don't have Excel.
And the cool thing about it is that you can actually use this on your phone. If you download it on the internet, then you can just put it on your phone, and while you're in the store, you can actually write down some of the items and work through it while you're walking through the store. And so
let us know. When we did the poll, you all said that a bathroom makeover is one of your next projects. So we're going to kind of go through that. And like I said, if you have the worksheet, we did like a sample way of doing that, of doing a bathroom makeover. So we're going to go over that in just a moment. All right, so we have somebody who wants to go ahead and get one of the worksheets. So I'll send that to you. And Daires will talk about kind of the two methods that we use for planning and budgeting for a DIY project. And I'll get right back to you. I'm going to send this worksheet to someone, okay?
So I'm going to talk about the two methods. So, actually, one of the things that helps us... babe, you're hitting me.
Oh, sorry.
You're knocking me off. There you go. So one of the methods that we do when we're beginning our projects is we start from the top down. We actually look at the project. If we're doing the whole entire room. If we're doing the entire room, then we're starting from the ceiling, seeing if we want to replace anything on the ceiling. Maybe it's the lighting in the ceiling, not actually the ceiling itself, but the lighting. And then we walk down to the walls. We go down to the walls and see if there's anything we need to purchase for the walls. Maybe there's holes in the walls, or we want to get some paint for the walls or anything like that. We go all the way down to the baseboards, and we go down. Oh, we look at the doors. Do we need to change doorknobs? Anything like that? And we go all the way down to the flooring. We look at the actual flooring itself, the underlayment, and things of that nature. So we're looking at the entire room when it comes to renovating the entire room. But then there's also another thing that we do, and that's just looking at the priorities. So we're starting with anything that's a priority. So we're not looking at the entire room, but we're looking at maybe we just want to what's something.
Well, it's something like if we have a repair, like let's say our toilet broke or something, or your faucet is broken. And so the first thing you want to do in your DIY is you want to prioritize the repair first. And so you can put that at the top of the list. So when you have your budget and you see like you're looking at the things that you want to do, and then you're looking at like breaking it down in each section, you would put the repair first. So in the bathroom, let's say it is the toilet. So you want to put that in the very top as a priority. So those are the two methods that we have used when we do our makeovers to kind of make sure we're on track to, I guess, get everything done that we want to within the budget.
But the first thing we do is actually look at the budget and see how much do we want to spend on this project, because you can't start a project without looking at how much do you have to spend on the entire project.
Yeah, so that's like one way that you can start. Like, let's say you want to spend $500. That's it. Like whatever you can get done for $500. Mm-hmm. If you did method one, you could go from the top down. You could say, hey, do I want to replace the light fixture? Do I want to do something with my vanity? Do I want to do something with the floor? Do I want to paint? And can I get all that done for $500?
We're constantly, and I want to say that we're constantly looking at, if you want to get a light, there's different types of lights. So
before we get into that. So the second method of the same $500, if you were doing it from repair priority first, then you would say, okay, my toilet is going to cost like $200. So that leaves me only with $300. And you can do it that way. What can I get for $300 to refresh this room or make over this room? So those are like the two different methods that will help you. Now you wanted to say something about the lights fixture?
Not just the lights, but for anything that you want to purchase for your home. And when you're doing a renovation or you're doing a DIY project, you look at your budget, then you look at the products that you want to purchase, and are they within the budget? And if they're not within the budget, what can you get that is going to have the same features or benefits of that particular product that you like, that you can supplement and use as in place of? And so that's one of the things that we do a lot. Another thing we do when it came to, you're talking about if we were looking at paint, then we go and get oops paint. We go straight to the painting aisle and we go straight to see if they have a oops paint that has a color like we're looking for, something that we want.
Yeah, and some people I see, like, they like to create these boards that have the items that they would like to see in let's say a bathroom, and they're kind of stuck on those items. But the nice thing about the DIY home improvement world, there's so many different types of a mood board. So like that, that you can maybe design on a dime within the way that you've boarded. The way that you've done it. For example, now we talked about like black features with like faucets and different hardware now that's in. There is a plethora of different materials that are in the color of black. So even if it's not a metal, but maybe it's a hard plastic, or it has a different coating on it or something like that, you can make the appeal and the look and still have the quality too, for a lot of things.
Funny thing about us though, as DIYers, we'll spray paint something black and have a coating and put a coating over it. Put some polyacrylic or something over it.
Right. Especially if you have like really good hardware that you don't really want to replace. It just, if you paint it, it'll look just as nice and people won't know. So that is something that you can do as well. So let's go over, we're going to pretend like we're going to go through a bathroom makeover.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that we'll say is like, do a project description of what you want to do. So in our example, we said that we want to update the flooring with peel and stick tile. We want to paint the vanity. So we're not going to replace the vanity. We just want to paint it and replace the knobs. And then we're going to replace the faucet fixture and the light fixture and paint walls, and then add a floating shelf and new decor. Now that seems like a lot. That's in our project description for a bathroom makeover. Now, in our little example, the decor is going to be the lowest priority. Okay. In our example, the highest priority is going to be doing our flooring. Okay. Now, if that's something that is similar in your situation, we recommend doing all the painting first.
Yes.
And like Daires said, start from the top down and go down.
So we literally start from the top down when it comes to the budgeting, as well as doing the actual work. When we're working, we actually start from the top down as well, because we don't want anything to get on our nice floor after we've put that in. So we do all the ceiling work first, so we're spray painting the walls first, and then we do the flooring next after it's all done.
Right. And sometimes like you can do things that you wouldn't expect. Like, how should I say? Okay, like we have vents in our ceiling, and sometimes people will replace it, but a good cleaning and a spray paint and a protective layer will make your vent look brand new. And the whole part of DIYing, the nice part about it is that like you could have a 20-year-old home, a 40-year-old home, and just with a little DIY, you can make it better than a builder grade home.
Well, we call it better than before. That's one of our slogans. Our personal slogan is, we want to make it better than before. We lived with it or looked at something and it was looking less than. And so we're like, if we just add a little paint, a little love with it, then it looks better than it did before. And so that's how we go about doing our projects.
Mm-hmm. Hi, from Florida. How do you say your name? Soraya?
Soraya Madrid.
I hope I said that right.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome. The other thing that we do is we'll look at, okay, so we see this light fixture we like. Let's say it's $200. If that's, depending on how it is in the whole look of the bathroom, we'll also put like, what else could we do with it? And the first small bathroom renovation we did, which you'll see here, we actually just painted our light fixture. We took the bulbs out, we put newspaper in it, and we just painted it. Well,
let me tell you, when we first started DIY, I didn't know how to take out a light. So
a light fixture.
A light fixture. Yeah, I took out a light, but not the light fixture. So we knew to go to the garage and turn off the power to the bathroom. We turned off the power, and then we just used some tape, put it all around that light fixture, and then we primed it, and then we painted it. So that's how we changed the look of that particular light fixture.
And it was like an old brass fixture. It was already here in the house. Yeah. And just doing the little paint that we did around it, it just changed it up so much. We thought we were really doing something. And the nice thing about it, it did change the look of the bathroom
at that time.
And it gave it a nice makeover. And so if you want to take a look at that old video, it's literally our first video that we ever did. Right, and I think we posted it in 2015. Mm-hmm. So since then, it has had another makeover. But because we did the first one, we were so much more confident in doing another one. And that's what DIY projects can do for you.
And the thing I like about DIY is that if you make mistakes as a DIYer, you can still recover from your mistakes. Mm-hmm. Something can always be fixed.
Yeah.
That's what I learned from some other people, is that things can always be fixed.
If you install it incorrectly, you can take it out. It might take some time, but you can do it again. And so with your DIY projects, with planning, you have to give yourself, I would say, just an extra hour, depending on if it's just a small project, or an extra day just to fix anything,
or wait for paint to dry.
Yeah.
That might be a day thing.
Coat, different coats. So give yourself some time and grace when you do DIY.
Yeah, give yourself some grace. That's the thing we learned. We had to learn to give ourselves grace when we're doing our projects and not be so hard on ourselves. Because if it doesn't look perfect, we weren't professionals, we say that. And what we would say is that we were just trying to make our house look better.
Yeah.
And that was the bottom line. It was about our love for this house, and we wanted to just change the look of certain rooms.
And the other thing that we did is we tried to look at what tools we would need for each step. So let's go back to that light fixture. For us, we had no tools. So we saw that there were some screws and things. So we needed a screwdriver set or something like that. And we tried to kind of think, what will we need?
I think we had an electric screwdriver.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like a powered screwdriver.
Right. So we tried to like kind of set aside what tools we would need. So you're not in the project and feeling like, where are my tools? So when you are looking at the worksheet on the second page, you can add that on there. You can add like what tools that you would need if you'd like, the item that you would use, what goal is it? And then it will, if you're using the Excel, you can write down the amount or enter the amount. And
how much you want to spend.
And it will change for you down here automatically. Yeah. So it's really a nice little tool to kind of see, your budget. But let's move on to replacing a faucet. So you know that you might need a wrench. You're going to, a lot of times the packages will tell you what type of tools that you need. So you can look at that. But one thing that we have noticed in the DIY, they don't tell you when you need a drill. It's almost like they assume that you have one. You might not need a drill with a faucet, but like if you're putting on fixtures like new towel racks or toilet paper holders, it seems like you need that, and they don't put that in because I don't know.
They might say screwdriver, but
yeah,
if your hand's not strong enough to do those twisting, or if you have something going on with your hands, then you might need something a little stronger, but you have to be careful not to go too hard when you're screwing something in so that you don't break it or go through your walls as hard. It's more than you wanted to go through it.
Right. So then also we recommend highly that you get paint samples and samples of everything. Now the stores are even better for tiles, especially the peel and stick tiles, or if you're doing vinyl planks, or even if you're doing ceramic tiles yourself, get a sample, because you can carry that around and take it with you as you look for like paint colors and different things that you might want to do with your floor or what your focal piece is going to be. For us, when we painted our vanity, in that video that you see, we were open to like any color that was in between, kind of like a dark purple color or a brown or something. And so for us, that's why we could use Oops paint, because if we found anything close, that really wasn't the focal. We knew that it was going to match the flooring. I think for our small bathroom renovation the first time, the flooring was our main, like, would you say it was flooring or?
The floor was.
And change the toilet.
Changing out the toilet and changing the floor were the two biggest things for us.
Yeah, we had like a little small toilet at first.
It seemed that was, it came with the house.
So the house really had a small, tiny.
We're a little bit bigger than that toilet was. So
Daires is like 6'5", and the toilet was tiny.
Yeah.
And we were like, this.
That wasn't going to work. So.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, our main thing is we're going to replace that toilet and get a higher one. I think, I don't know if they don't call it a gentleman's toilet, but it's higher.
It's higher and elongated.
It's like I think you can also buy a toilet like for people who may be in a wheelchair or a walker. They make the toilet higher so the person doesn't have to like sit all the way down or hurt their knees or their back. Mm-hmm. So I think we got that toilet. If anybody knows the real name for those toilets, please leave it in the comment, because I'm not sure what it's called.
Well, it was oval, and the color was different too. We actually changed.
Yeah, but that's not the name of the. Style of like what the toilet was. Yeah. So those were our two. We spent most of our money getting the toilet and the flooring. And so those were the priorities.
Then the toilet cost the most though.
Yes, for ours. And we were surprised that we could change out our entire bathroom flooring, I think, like under $100. For us, that blew our minds, because we thought, flooring was a lot of money. We just thought that. I don't
Well, we
know.
used peel and stick. And the reason we went with peel and stick was because before we got on YouTube, we went to a channel and we just learned from a gentleman who showed us how to put down peel and stick tiles. And we didn't even know that was an option.
Right.
So that was one of the things that we want to tell you guys is look at your options when you're trying to do a room renovation or budget. As how many options do you have for that particular item?
For us, like for a beginner DIYer, I would recommend if you can do your first project from a place like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, getting your products from there because they have the easiest return policy and you can actually see the products in the store. If you find something online, they can also ship it to the store for free and then you can see it there. So when you're buying a lot of custom stuff online, if you're not really familiar with the manufacturer or the product, you may get something that you don't want. So for first time DIY projects, if you can kind of stay within a big box home improvement store, it might be easier for you just to return or replace or do the things that you need, getting support just for the first time. And Flo with it said, loving these tips. Thank you. And you guys, if you are enjoying it, please give this a like. Again, we thank you for your patience with us today. We really, really do. Sometimes it goes like that.
So Kathy said comfortable toilets are taller than a standard toilet.
Comfort toilets. Comfort, yeah. Is that what they're called?
Maybe it is. Yeah.
We like our comfort toilet.
I'd rather have a comfort toilet.
Okay, so then the next thing we were going to talk about is planning will probably help you to kind of go through your project.
A little overwhelmed,
and you won't get focused. You might start on something else, and that's one tip that we wanted to talk about is yes, we want you to look at other products, but we don't want you to get
sidetracked or overwhelmed.
And that's where the plan is. So if you say, look, I am going to get this faucet, or I'm going to get whatever faucet I can get for under $150 if it's your price, or I'm going to get a faucet with a bronze, I don't know, I'll just say a bronze look, whatever I can do for that. And you go in the store and you start looking, we want to tell you that there's always going to be something that looks
shiny. Nice.
Shinier and nicer in every area. Like one time we just wanted to get a light switch or something, or change a light fixture. I didn't know when I went in there that there's lights that can they can turn on with your phone. Then there's light bulbs that can turn all these different colors and interact with your mood. And then you come in and out, and then you can dim it, and then you can do this, and then it can blink. And I was like, ooh, now my budget for just like replacing the light fixture tripled, like just with one switch. So make sure that the first thing we want to do is just finish the project. And then if we want to upgrade some more, we can do that. But that should be almost another line item. Like first is just doing your makeover. And then if you want a tech upgrade or something like that, just take your time with it, because that's where it starts getting overwhelming. I had a friend, and, she was doing a project, and when she started going on YouTube to look at what she could do, it just opened her mind to all these other possibilities that you could do. But you got to stay focused on, hey, I just want to replace the toilet, the sink, or I want to do something like that. And now a whole unit or something else just increased it increased what you have to do, but it'll still be the same effect, which is you've made over your bathroom, but now you're putting in way harder things in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you have to look at your own skill level and see if it was worth doing that.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Kathy said champagne taste on a beer budget.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about, Kathy.
But it's also like champagne taste on a beer palate. Like you can't even handle the champagne yet or something, or going to that next level. Like build your confidence up with one thing, because with DIY, for people who are doing DIY for the first time, we didn't know, we had to learn this, that frustration and like joy comes in with the DIY project. Like it's
within
always
seconds.
Yes, it's always going to be like excitement, because you're like, oh yes, I'm going to get this, and that. It's going to look just like my mood board. It's going to look great. And then you start and something didn't go as easily as you saw on Instagram or YouTube or whatever, or
welcome to DIY life,
or your socket or something
is different.
Didn't look your what is that seal for the bathroom, the toilet? Your seal is like the older version. It's not like any of the ones that you saw. That can happen. And that's where the frustration part of DIY happens. Sometimes
DIY is about custom. You have to make things custom to fit back, because if you're taking something off, the new stuff may not fit like the old stuff.
Yes.
So you might have to customize it.
Well, and hold on with that. The interesting things we learned is, like, if you have Moen fixtures, a certain brand of fixtures, unless you are going to get plumbing and change all of that, you have to replace it with the same type of plumbing fixture. We learned that the hard way. So we had like a
master.
No, but I mean, like, what product?
Well, we learned that from a master plumber.
Yeah, like maybe we had a standard, American standard, that was here before we got here, and then we saw this beautiful, I don't know if it was Moen or one of the,
just another brand.
And so we tried to put it on, and they don't fit together.
They make it so it doesn't fit together on purpose.
That's where the frustration happens.
Yeah,
and that's where if you purchased it like at a big box item, it's easier to replace, than if you bought it online or somewhere like that. So give yourself the frustration factor. I don't know where you can put this on your project. It's like goal 6, don't get too frustrated. You can get frustrated, but don't let it stop you. Don't let it discourage you. Just work through it. It's a part of DIY. It's not just you. It's not just the item. It is part of the DIY process.
And I want to say that we really appreciate you guys talking to us in the comment section. So if you need some help with that, and you're doing a project like similar to one that we've already done, just go into our comments and just make a comment and ask us a question. And we always answer everybody who responds to it. I mean, who asks the question, we'll respond to you.
Yeah.
And if it's a detailed one,
we'll do our best, because we can just give you the DIY perspective. We're not professionals, but we can tell you that you can do it, and we can help you.
Anything can be fixed, either by you or somebody else.
And that was another thing, that a tip. If you're going into a project, it's nice to have a person or a group of other DIYers or a YouTuber that you trust, someone that will encourage you, that you can go back to, reference back to. And so if you find someone like that, and hopefully we can be that for you too, you can go on lives and ask questions about things, about what you're doing. Go ahead and interact with us, because that was one of the reasons why we wanted to get on other social platforms, to give people an opportunity, another way to contact us if they need it, from it, like I said, a DIY perspective.
Yeah. And we thank you, Kathy. She said, you guys are fantastic and so helpful.
Thank you.
We try to be. One of the things that we wanted to do, and why we started this channel, was because we wanted to give back value. We received value from somebody, and we want to be the type of people who give back value to people. And we want to give you the honest truth and not sugarcoat or make things seem a little bit simple. That's why sometimes we show the hard stuff,
Yeah, the mistakes
the
that
mistakes
we
that
make,
we made.
because
Yeah.
if you've never done anything
Mhm.
before, it's going to be pretty hard to do it perfectly the first time, or even any time to do it perfect. I mean, our hexagon flooring that we put in our bathroom, we love it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
someone
Still looks great.
Yeah, someone pointed out that our lines weren't completely like straight.
Yeah. Yeah, but you have to look.
You have to
super
really
duper
be
close.
looking hard for that.
Yeah, that's.
And you know what? We still love it, and we have actually seen like contract work that had mistakes. So when you're doing DIY, when you're doing home improvement projects, that can sometimes happen. So give yourself grace, and if you can stay within the budget, that really does help your joy at the end.
Yeah.
So if you said I have a budget of $100, you're going to start with a smaller DIY project. Stay within your budget, because you will feel so good after it's all done that you did it and you stayed within your budget. And that's why we wanted to give you guys a worksheet. If you're new here, you guys just joined, make sure that you go to our website at diypowercouple.com and sign in to get your free worksheet so that you can have something to help you out for your projects.
And like she was saying earlier, the great thing about that worksheet is that it's an Excel file. So it's a workable file that you can use at any time and make a new list, easily make a new list. You can share it with anyone you like. It was free. So just enjoy it
and use it. Let it work for you. The one thing that I really like about it, I don't know, like if you're a numbers person, I kind of am, but I like that it'll make this little pie chart. So as you're filling in the items on this sheet right here, and it gives you your total, it will automatically tell you like how much of your budget visually. If you can't really tell with the numbers, it'll give you a little pie to say, hey, look, we've used half of the budget already and we've only purchased one item. And we have like five things to do.
The thing I like about it is that it helps you to set your priorities, so you can physically see what you should be spending your money on, or what you said you wanted. It's like if you really want that new XYZ, you can get that new XYZ, but just know that something else is going to have to be changed on your budget.
Yeah, or modified a little bit.
Yeah,
we like to modify or wait for it to go on sales. And I think that's another thing what planning and budgeting for a DIY project does for you is you don't feel pressure of doing it like right away. So if you're kind of planning it out and you see the items that you want, maybe at one time those items go on sale, or they go on clearance for some reason. If you know what you want ahead of time, and let's say that you got like a sample of your flooring, and then you're taking it into the store with you, and you see that they have some clearance items that look very similar, but is like a third of the cost. Then that can leave some more money for more decor. Like, oh, now I can get that plant, or I can get something, that new towel set, something else that I wanted. So if you take your time with your DIY project in planning and budgeting for it, it can kind of, be fun in like creating.
I want to say, I'm glad that you just said, take your time. Sometimes when you're doing a project, a lot of people have a tendency to rush. We got to get this project done. We got to get it done. But you find deals when you take your time.
Yes.
And actually, when you're shopping in different stores and looking around, and you turn your head this way, and it's like, I never saw that before.
Yeah.
And you realize that's what you needed, and it's on sale.
Yeah, and keep your samples with you.
Keep your samples with you, and it helps out.
You're walking around, and then you pull your sample out, and you put it up against something, and you're like, ooh, that looks nice, because we see like marble is kind of coming back in, or the marble like pattern. And we go into the home improvement centers, and we see so many variations of it that I mean, it's nice that you have such a variety. So if you're going for that look, you can be creative.
Mhm. I just want to recognize some of the new people.
Yeah.
So we have Sunflower Sweet, and she's a new subby. So
Hi.
everybody say, hey, Sunflower. And we appreciate you joining this live. And also Simple was Simply Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for sharing it with your husband. So she shared our channel with her husband.
You.
And so we appreciate it. Let me say, love to peel and stick. You guys really like peel and stick, and so do we.
Yes.
Because it really helped us. We had no idea that peel and stick was the technology in peel and stick was great.
Yes.
And how they can make something look very non-peel and stick.
I mean, you can look marble and ceramic and whatever with vinyl. Yeah. I mean, it's not the vinyl roll tile that
not the old school stuff
that used to be in like the school cafeterias or something. I don't know where they were, but they were in our house. I can tell you that our house our house is about like 30 years old or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's what I love about DIY projects. I think we mentioned this before. You can make an old home. It doesn't matter what the house looks like. If it's a bathroom, you can make that bathroom look exact however you want it to look. Okay.
Oh, that was another thing we do. One of the things that we do, just to let you guys, in on what we do, we'll go and we'll find a sample picture of what we really like, and we'll design on a dime. So we'll find the colors.
It's like our inspiration.
Yes, an inspiration picture. Yeah, we always do that. We'll find inspiration pictures, and it really helps us, because we've changed out that bathroom, and we knew how we wanted to make it look.
We're almost at the point like we'll take a picture like from a really nice home, like online or something, or what we saw on Instagram, those architectural design homes, and we'll say, let's see if we can do this with peel and stick.
Well, that's what we did with the TV. We had a babe, what do we call that thing behind the TV that we had? We call
You mean the accent wall?
It's an accent wall that we made to go on our wall behind the television.
Yeah.
So the television hangs on the wall, but it's around the accent wall, and
it was like these panels, these 3D art.
3D art panels.
We saw that.
It's a 3D art panel accent wall.
Yeah, we saw that somewhere, and we were like, "Ooh, how do you do that?" And
but we didn't want to put it actually on our wall because I didn't want to have to pull it, yank it off, and then
and we didn't know how to create the design. Like, a lot of people like the wood designer creating all of that. And we're just like, we're not at that level yet. We don't know how to do it. So having the accent panels, the panels, and then having like peel and stick that looks like stone.
Yeah.
I mean, that opened our eyes. So we've had peel and stick that looks like stone, that looks like porcelain or ceramic, that has looked like what did the brown one look? I guess that was stone too.
Yeah, that was like stone.
But it was like brown.
Yeah, but it had the texture. The thing about it was it didn't just have the look; it had the texture. Yeah. And so that was really cool. I like that. I missed that floor.
our first like small bathroom makeover, which, like we said, we're playing in the background. We were so proud of that project.
Yeah.
We had all of our friends come in and look at the floor,
and they were surprised at how
the toilet. Yes, we were like, look at this
and that toilet. Yeah.
Look at how huge this toilet is, and look at our floor, and so it just made us so proud. It was
because we did it ourselves.
Yeah,
it feels good.
That's
when you
the joy part.
Yeah, the joy comes from you did it yourself. And then you're like, wow, that you can't beat that. I mean,
yeah. So we just want to make sure that you guys are equipped with your worksheets so that you can plan and budget. Planning is great. Just for a review, you can plan by starting from the top of the room down and just go like, okay, am I going to do anything on the ceiling? Are we going to do anything here? No. I go down to the walls. Are we painting in the walls? Are we removing anything? Are we keeping everything as is? Let's look at the mirror. Am I doing anything with the mirror? Am I taking it off? If I'm leaving it, am I adding a frame around it? Then going down to the vanity. Am I going to just replace the top? Am I going to refinish it? Am I going to have new fixtures? With the vanity, then you're looking at your vanity. Am I going to keep it the same color? Yeah. Am I going to paint it? Do I want to add knobs?
If you paint it, prime it. Yes. Prime it first.
Am I going to prime it, or am I going to take this out? Now, remember, if you take anything out, usually you're not going to find the exact same thing going in. That happened with us with our vanity. So now what you need on the floor will change
because did we do the vanity video? Did we make?
Yeah, we did a vanity video, so and video. That's when we replaced the vanity. We've painted one and we've replaced one. Mm-hmm. Then when it comes to your tub, like for us, if you guys have seen our tub refinish video, we did not want to take that big fiberglass tub out of the bathroom, but we were doing a whole new color scheme, and that's when we painted our fiberglass tub with marine paint.
And when we did that, the first thing we saw was the detail from the paint. I mean, from the tub. We didn't realize that it actually had more detail than we knew that it had.
The darker color,
it was masking it.
Yeah, it was kind of so. For like that, we knew to do the tub before we did the floor.
Yes.
And so, like I said, you kind of plan out what you're going to do. You budget it. You see, like, what tools will I need for each project? Mm-hmm. Because that, and especially in a bathroom makeover, when you need like brushes, then you're going to need like knobs if you're doing that. It can all add up. So,
and you can use each tool for the next job that you're about to do. So that's the great thing about it.
And when you kind of have thought it out already in your mind and you've put it down on paper, that helps you too. It helps you with fears about how it's going to turn out. Because you kind of know, like, okay, I've planned it, I can fix it. I saw something else they had. I know, I kind of know what to do. It will help you to feel more confident. And I think it helps with the joy.
I wanted to say something. Mm-hmm. I just saw a comment from Simply Michelle, and she was talking about her husband and how he's not really motivated, and how can she get him going? One of the things that I was thinking about with men is if he sees if he's in a group or community of people who are actually doing that, that's one way to eliminate the maybe the fear of doing it, and so he can get more confidence as he sees people doing it and how they do it. The thing that helped me get started was there are different types of people who are showing you how to do a project. And when you see that one person who can show you in the way you need to understand it, they have the patience, or you could just keep going back into that video and just looking at it. But they show you in a way that you can comprehend it. That helps you. So what I would say is he should be connected to, if he wants to do this, or if you guys want it for him, you guys be connected to people who are doing that. So a group of DIYers.
They have Facebook groups and different things.
They have, YouTube has that. So you're connected to us. Maybe he connects to our channel.
But let me add this. Like when I first wanted to do projects for Daires, we'll just share, like, I think his biggest hesitation was that he didn't know how to do it. I didn't either, but I was like, let's just try it. And he was just like, wait a minute.
So I have a DIY channel and I didn't know how to do anything.
Yeah, because he didn't want to mess up.
Yeah.
So the other thing I would say that maybe can motivate him or encourage is that it's okay if he messes up. Like, are you okay with the first time that you guys ever try to do something? It's okay if it's, I mean, I don't want to say like it's going to turn out good. It's going to be better than before.
Well, it's your home and you're going to want to put the love into it.
And know that he's going to do that. You're going to do that. And if it doesn't work out, like, the worst that can happen is that you just have to do it again. And so you kind of have to like motivate people to
well, some people would like to know that they're not going to be reprimanded harshly when something doesn't go correctly the first time. So to eliminate fears, that's something that will help people to be able to say, you know what, if I'm not going to be judged or hurt based on this, that I don't even know what I'm doing right now in the first place.
Right.
I'm going to try it and see where it goes. If I make a mistake, I'll rip up this part, tear that part down, remove that, and then we'll set in things that I should have set in. But now I have the knowledge to do it, because before I didn't know.
Yeah.
Now I know a little something.
And sometimes people's personality, they can be like where they want to help. They really want to do it, but they may not want to lead it. So you can lead the project or start the project or prepare it, and then he can come in and help you. And really he's doing a lot to help, but maybe he wasn't the one that kind of initiated it, but he's still doing the project with you. Once he gets in there, then he's doing it with you. Do you think that's like a good thing for guys?
Well, we're all about working together. So I really like when husbands and wives work together, or, spouses or boyfriend and girlfriends or friends. When people work together, to me, you can use each other's strengths. And that's what it's all about, is how can we work together, use our strengths, and see the outcome that we all want.
Yeah.
Which is something great. We get to look at it and just admire it, sit back and, look at the colors, or look at the
other thing that motivated him, though, too, I think somebody was saying that Flow With It was talking about it, is that if you get quotes, okay, we got a quote for our kitchen one time, and it was just to resurface the cabinets, and it was like $18,000 or something.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
Well, they just wanted to reface it. That wasn't even replacing it.
Just was ridiculous. Yeah. Like, I'm not $16,000. I think it was either $16,000 or $18,000.
Yeah, it was
either way.
Just to reface.
That motivated Daires.
Yeah, I said no.
He was like, you know what? We're about to tear this whole kitchen.
Well, the funny thing about that, when we got that quote, is that person didn't know that we already did our bathroom. So this was for the kitchen, but they didn't know that we actually painted over our vanity in our bathroom, because he told us that we can't paint over that stuff.
Right.
And so we said, yeah, you don't know what we've already done. So not only have we done that, but now you gave us inspiration and motivation to go and do this.
Marriage and Motherhood said the prices are crazy, especially since COVID. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I don't even know what the quote would be now. This was like 5.
Yeah, that's true. It would be
5 or 6 years ago. Yeah. And to me, I feel like, okay, there's so many better products now. Like that. I think it's like Valspar cabinet enamel.
Cabinet enamel, yes.
We're not sponsored by them. I can just tell you that's a good product. Good product.
Yes. For cabinets.
Just like we said that Rust-Oleum primer, marine paint primer, it is horrible to work with. Mm-hmm. But that product,
it does what it's supposed to do, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that product works well. Mm-hmm. So, with COVID came, a lot of the Home Depots and Lowe's and places like that knew that there was like a surge of DIYers coming to their stores. Yeah. And if they didn't have any products for them, like everything was too difficult, nobody was going to buy that stuff. Like, I don't know what was going to be happening, or there was going to be a lot of returns. You don't want that. You want people to have a product that they can bring into their home and make magic with, just beautify their home, update it, refresh it, and
tell everybody about it. I mean, that's what they want. And so I think that, working together, some of the people have talked about working together, and I think that is a big thing. If we can work together and just make the products and the houses and everything look great, then that's what we do.
And you could start small. Just start with one thing.
Yes. I would suggest starting small.
Just painting an accent wall, like painting literally one wall.
Yeah.
Does wonders. So that's just painting. Okay.
Like we said, we always prime.
Another DIY, beginner DIY project that's good is just changing knobs out.
Yeah.
Like, even if you want to change a knob,
kitchen knobs,
from a pull to a knob to a pull, that means, we didn't know this, and I'm just breaking it down in case somebody doesn't know, that the knobs are the little, one hole. And let's say you're like, I want to be able to pull it this way, with a pull, kind of like that. And you can drill like a little hole and just do that. That we thought we thought we were interior designers changing a knob to a pull. I think we did that in our
So basically you can take any knob in your bathroom or your kitchen, and if it's a single one, you can make it the longer one by adding the other hole in there. But just get you a drill and do that. But they also have a template that you can put on the door, and you can use that to drill into one of the holes so it's even. So that helps you out with your bathrooms and your kitchens.
Like you see hardware and it doesn't match the holes that you have in your cabinet, but you really like it. Like you want these gold accents or something like that. This works on dressers as well.
Yes.
And you just fill you either are using the same hole, or this was in the middle and now you're putting the knob or pull around it.
You can
fill
use
it in.
Wood filler.
Yeah, you just fill it in and you do all of this. This is like with the steps. You do all of this before you paint. You will not know that the hole was there before. And we were just like, oh my goodness, all of our cabinets look custom now.
Well, we did that in our bathroom. We did that in our kitchen.
That's on there. That's on our channel in the bathroom when we were painting the cabinets and you see the new knobs and pulls. That really, we felt like we could change our whole master bathroom into a little spa area. That gave us a lot of confidence. And when you see it, when you think about it, I think we got some oops paint on that too. So
we did. Yeah, that's right.
The knobs in that project cost the most. They were about maybe $7 to $10 a knob. And if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 knobs, 7 times 8 is like $56. So you're spending like about $60 to change out your knobs. And then you get the paint that you would like. And you could spend anywhere from $30 to $50, depending on what paint and how much you need. That we had a big master vanity, but and we liked the paint. We wanted to use it again. So you just start with a small project, and believe me, once you get one DIY project under your belt, and hubby gets one too, you guys are gonna start having a channel like us. You might have something like that, or you'll just get encouraged and inspired to do that.
Yeah. So I would say, be in a community of people who are doing that, and just find people you can trust, because there's a lot of people out there, but you want to be connected to people you trust with not only what they're saying, but what they're doing, and other people in the community. And it's fun to be in a community like this.
Yeah. And do you guys have any other questions about planning or budgeting? Because we want to make sure that, we answer your questions about it, or, just to make sure that any tips we can share with you. One of the other things we do is we do get quotes for projects, maybe not the smaller projects, but like the big makeover for a bathroom or something. And
we'll get no less than 3 quotes.
Yeah. From that. You can also look online now with so many things really showing the prices online. Before sometimes I used to hide the prices, or you had to do something to sign it. Now it's just like, look, this costs this costs that. You can really get a good idea of how much you're going to spend, or how much you want to spend,
and how much you can save.
I think that's a good way of saying that.
Yeah, like how much you can save because you're doing it yourself, and you're doing your projects, and you're looking at what you need to do to making this budget.
Yeah.
So you want to see how much you can save on that project. And
I think we were doing some research one time that talked about when your space is like the way that you want it, because a lot of times, and now people are buying homes, and they may buy older homes or pre-existing homes. People lived there before, and they want to customize it for themselves. Maybe you really have a favorite color or something, or you like plants, or you like something
that's out of the norm.
And it's not in the house. And you can create that. And then when you do that, it makes
you feel good when you come home. It's not a trend. Does. So you're not trying to do trendy things. You're trying to do custom things, custom to yourself, something that you like. And that's the best thing about DIY, is that it's all about custom. And so we really like that.
let me see. Somebody says, have y'all done countertops with peel and stick? I'm scared of the longevity of it over a countertop. So no, we have not done peel and stick over countertops.
Yes, we did do a countertop.
Yes. The only thing that we have seen for in the peel and stick category was that marble contact paper. We have seen people do that. And I think their countertop was like Formica at first, and they sanded it, and then they put the marble contact paper really, you know, smooth over it and sealed it and did all of that. I've seen that.
When you say sealed it, do you mean like they put polyacrylic over it? Because I would definitely put something over a contact paper.
They didn't though.
They didn't. I don't see a lot of people sealing it. That's what I'm saying.
I was talking about like when they cut around the sink, they were using, what is it? Not
caulk.
Yeah,
okay.
The caulk.
Yeah.
Just so that the water wouldn't get around.
Yeah, that's not sealing it though, because if you put something on your counter, that part. But if you put something on your counter and you only have contact paper, but it's a hot something on a hot plate.
They were doing this in the bathroom though.
Oh, the bathroom?
Yeah.
Even in the bathroom.
Small vanity.
But even in your small vanity, it would still burn on there.
If you use like a curling iron.
Yeah, it would.
So I don't know. There might have been their like little powder room or something like that. But what we've done, if you look, you can see our countertop video. We actually painted ours, and Rust-Oleum has a good countertop paint.
Yes, it works very well.
And then we added some acrylic painting and all of that, and then we sealed it with acrylic coating.
So to go back, it's called a Rust-Oleum countertop paint.
Yeah,
something of that nature.
Okay.
So
peel and stick on the countertops is I've only, like I said, have only seen it with contact paper peel and stick that they're considering, not the actual large tiles. But wait a minute, we did see a lady do that.
There was a lady who did it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. But her countertops were square, and we were like, oh, that's how you could do it. So our countertops are curved like at the end. And so we weren't, we haven't learned how to bend the tile yet or whatever, but she did do it on a square countertop, and she grouted it. And she didn't seal it though. I mean, she sealed like with the
But see, the thing I would wonder is because it's a countertop, and if it's not sealed with polyacrylic or something that can withstand heat, so it's heat resistant from your pans or your hot plates and things like that, it'll burn through the plastic of the peel and stick tile or the vinyl tile.
The coatings and stuff like that. Like the vinyl tiles aren't
they're not heat resistant.
They're not super heat resistant or sunlight. They can fade very, easily. So that's all we know about peel and stick on a countertop. I hope like we've answered the question on that. I would say paint it if you can, because they do have coating for a countertop. They have lots of different kits and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. It says, what's your next project? I can't wait to see. Well, the next project that's loading is our luxury vinyl tile flooring. So we've used luxury vinyl peel and stick and planks. And now we're going to use these large tiles, and that's coming up.
So these are tiles. So these are tiles that fold together. So they're just like they interlock with each other. So it's just like having a vinyl plank, but this is a vinyl tile.
It's a little different. Yeah, it has a different look, definitely. But it was interesting. And
So we had to learn how to put that down, and we did it in our daughter's
girls makeover.
It's a girls' bedroom makeover.
And you can check out, we're like trying to break it down to each section. We had a mural, the painted mural for her accent wall, and you can check that out. That's already up. And let's see, we also are going to have I'm going to try something new, guys. I'm going to try to do a shop with me like Amazon haul, because we did decor for our girls' bedroom, for our daughter's bedroom. And I'm going to be showing each of the pieces that we purchased on Amazon, and how you can order it. And do you think that's something that you guys would like? Because it's it's kind of DIY because we had to install them, but it's really the decor for the girls' room makeover. So let me know if you guys would like that. And also, let's see, we are going to
I don't know many people who don't like to shop on Amazon. And if you can find some deals on Amazon and then find some DIY things, it's really, I think it's great if somebody who does DIY can show you exactly where to go.
Yes,
I mean, what do you think?
and which one it is. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. So okay, Kathy said yes, that's great. Oh, and also I would worry about food safety with the tiles, I guess, on the countertop.
Oh,
but yes, the countertop coating is like food grade. So that is a good thing to know. Oh, and Charmaine said, yes, please share. Good. We're going to do. Okay. That's coming up too. And also we are going to do another small bathroom makeover. So that bathroom there, we did it again and we're going to show the whole kind
complete.
Because we broke it down, but there were several things that we did for that. And then, so people are saying yes for the Amazon. Okay. We're going to do that. We'll do that.
Good.
And then I think we're gonna do another a furniture makeover.
I'm working on that right now.
Daddy and our daughter.
We worked together and we did a piece of furniture that
from the thrift store.
We found at the thrift store for her. She was very happy about it. So Daddy worked on that for her. Yeah. And we blinged it out. So we'll try and do something with that.
And what's funny is our kids think that like you kind of DIY everything. I don't know if they
said, Daddy, come here and fix this.
Yeah, or let's just change this. It's like we raised them up in a DIY house, and I don't know if they know anything different, which is kind of funny because they just automatically
think we can fix
start
everything.
Telling us to change something or update. Yeah.
We need one of these. Go
change
fix
the fan and then build something here, Dad. And so that's pretty funny. But that's all we had today, guys, was the budget. And for those, if you just came on, you can get your free budget and DIY project planner and budget at diypowercouple.com. Okay, let's see. What would you guys recommend for new flooring in a bedroom? Laminate flooring or LVP with budget and DIY newbie in mind? Okay. Flo, we can do a whole video on that, which we were going to, but so it just depends on what type of feel you want. Laminate is going to be thicker and harder to install. We actually have laminate flooring in our bedroom, but we didn't install it because
of what happened to our bathroom.
No, we didn't install it because of what happened to our bathroom. Because of what happened to our bathroom, the insurance contractors installed it.
Yes.
And from what we saw, the laminate planks are heavier and harder to cut. With luxury vinyl planks, a DIYer can cut them easily. And there's
with the right tools.
Yes, and there's tons of video on it. So as a beginner DIYer, I would do the luxury vinyl planks because you can still get the same look and it's easier. For the laminate, some laminates are actually maybe less expensive because they still have a wood like core or that's kind of the difference. So the laminate will give you a closer look to wood floors, but it has that wood inside of it where vinyl doesn't have any wood. So it's more waterproof and more water resistant. So my thing is I would do that just because if I was doing it myself. What would you say?
I mean, same thing. I mean, pretty much because it depends on your skill level. And your patience level.
And your tools. Because the laminate flooring took a circular saw or something, cut it.
The laminate? Yeah, they did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I really, I don't even know how they did the closets and stuff. And around the fireplace,
I think
and things
they did,
like that.
Well, they did it the same way we did our bedrooms.
They had bigger equipment when we were watching them though, just to see how to do it. But that's our advice.
So Charmaine says, "I want a bling glam bathroom theme."
That's what our daughter wanted in her bedroom.
Yeah. So I blinged out some stuff in her bedroom.
Yes.
So I'll do one of those videos.
Yeah, we'll check out the haul because you'll see some of the blingy things we purchased, and you can gauge on how much they cost, or if you get a better deal, or what you can do. But a lot of that, the glam, my daughter got a chandelier, a little crystal.
Yeah, she has a chandelier. She has diamonds.
A little mini chandelier. It's doorknobs. So adorable. Oh my goodness.
And her curtain rod.
Yeah. So isn't that fun to do that? That's why we love DIY.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much all we have for you guys. Unless you have any questions, if you have any questions for us about budgeting, planning. Oh, and what would you like to talk about next live?
Yeah.
We probably will put that on the community poll. We'll see.
And we're thankful for you guys interacting with us, and we try to do our best to interact with you through the community page and ask questions. And you guys have given us great feedback, and we really appreciate it.
Yes.
And we do look at every comment that comes through, and we try our best to respond in a timely manner to each one of you guys. And so we're appreciative.
Yeah. And if we miss one, because you see how things can happen today. I don't know why the live didn't work. Something could happen and we didn't get it through the comment or whatever. Like we said, we're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest. Come on over there if you really have a question about something, and we'll try to answer it. And it's great because when we have these type of interactions, other DIYers can see too. You know, other DIYers may have had that same question, and we do want to share that information. So
yeah. Vanessa asked if we could share our bloopers.
We had one today.
Yeah, that's true. We did. So a lot of our bloopers might have to have a face over it. I don't know.
Oh, you want to tell them about that?
Yeah, because you know what? It's funny because I do a lot of bending down. She told you I'm kind of tall, so when we're bending down,
I don't think you want to see that blooper.
That's a blooper. That's always happening. It
seems all the time, and we have to cut it.
Okay,
do it again because you're So that's that.
Okay.
And most of the time, our bloopers, like we try to show them a state kind of. I guess the blooper is more like if the camera drops, or like we accidentally sprayed over here and now we had to fix it.
Or the kids come in and talk while we're doing something.
And they're like in the middle of what we're doing.
My son screams out, "I'm hungry."
Yeah. And we didn't know if you guys would even want to see that, but we do have bloopers, and I know we do try to edit it so that you can understand it, but we'll try to put, more things in so that you see like the behind the scenes.
I think we might just do like a couple of blooper
or all your social media links posted. Yes, they are, but you can pretty much find us all the time at DIY Power Couple.
At DIY Power Couple.
Yeah. You put that on any of them, like Yeah, so like if you go on Instagram, if your Facebook, wherever you're at,
Pinterest or TikTok. Or Twitter, we have to do more with these things, and we're learning how to do more with them as we grow.
Yeah,
and we are growing.
And for the most part, we try to keep it consistent across the board at DIY Power Couple, and that's where you can find us.
So we're glad that we were able to find that name, actually.
DIY we were kind of surprised that
TikTok had it, actually. Yeah. They have a lot of power couple.
There's no DIYers that call themselves a power couple. There was like DIY couples, but DIY Power Couple.
Yeah. So we want to thank you guys for your time, and we're not going to hold you up anymore.
You guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
Yeah. So all we want to let you know that you can DIY too. Thank you guys. We appreciate you.
Bye-bye.